So before we end the night, I want to make sure I introduce two community partners that are really near and dear to us. I met Eileen just through networking and different organizations, and then when I found out what she was doing at WAPI, immediately we wanted to make sure that we supported. Maybe it's a personal reason for me growing up in the south side of Seattle, housing projects, and having something like music and hip hop save my life and introduce me to other networks and cultures to close the perception and empathy gap. So I'd like to bring up Eileen from WAPI.
Hey everyone, first of all, thank you for staying. I know it's late now. WAPI is a drug and alcohol treatment agency. We're a nonprofit that provides treatment as well as prevention services for kids as young as 10, all the way through young adults aged 24. We also have a well-renowned music and arts program. It's a hip-hop program that some of you here have been a part of. Specifically, Stephen has been a part of that. My partner in crime, who is also in hiding, is the program director and the founder of Level Up Youth Academy. It is a hip-hop music production that basically it brings music in a form of therapy to the local schools as well as South Seattle. We focus on youth of color as well as immigrants, and I think as a person of color and as a leader of color, I think what I would like to challenge all of you, I know it's been such an information-filled night, I want to ask you guys and challenge you to take a decade step back, or even a couple of decades step back. When we talk about diversity, when we talk about inclusion, you cannot fill the spots that you're trying to fill today if you're not investing in your community and if you're not investing in our youth, in our kids. There's a lot of kids who are not graduating. There's a lot of kids who are not making it, either because of drugs, either because of alcohol, suicide, depression, homelessness, and those are the kids that we focus on. So I appreciate the organizations. I appreciate really the companies and entrepreneurs that are out there thinking of communities like ours and nonprofits like ours that give back to our students and our kids. So, Stephen, thank you.
Thank you. We'd like to present you with a check for $500. On behalf of everyone here, we'd like to present you with a check from Metro University and Attack Diversity. Please, everyone in this building right now, you are part of every single penny that goes into this.
Thank you.
I hope one day we can write 5,000, 500,000, 50,000. Let's challenge other people to step in and, like you said, invest in their community.
Absolutely, and this is a partnership from here on out. What I was telling Stephen is we don't want donations, we want partnerships. We're here.
Well, let me go ahead and
So thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
And we got, Steve is just loaded with money today, man. He's giving away more money right now. So,
well, thank you again. If you all don't know who I am by now, and I don't care if you do, it's Stephen Malley. I'm the CEO and founder of Essence Diversity. We do staffing and recruiting. We do events and workshops. We do diversity and consulting. When I say we do, it is about putting your money where your mouth is, living what you speak, and I hope to do that day in and day out and activate other leaders to do the same thing. It's accountability and responsibility. Thank you, Ethnes, for teaching me that. The story that I have here is about an organization, before they were called, here in Seattle, it was called MIT. I joined just because I was like, oh yeah, I want to say I went to MIT. It was Minorities in Tech. And since I met a gentleman named Seth, who introduced me to Todd, to introduce me to Dre, to introduce me to E, and I was member number 6, and we were just a bunch of folks sitting around drinking beers and pizza, and everyone's from different parts of the world and talking about tech and creative. And I remember when they were talking about, I think we should start inviting women. They're the biggest minorities in tech and creative. Let's do that. And it's like, boom, I remember that in Georgetown, and it's grown to thousands.
2,500.
2,500, I'll let you tell them. But the people that I've met, the lives that have touched us, it's remarkable. It's one of those things where I tell people all the time, it's not a consulting paperwork, it's not any sales mark, it's not any lip service. It's something that you have to be here in the moment to experience and meet people, and there's a humanizing and a heart condition that we're trying to address. With no further ado, I want to introduce here in Seattle, Eric Osborne.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Am I here? All right, cool, good. Thank you guys for having me. It was exciting to be here tonight. It's been a pleasure for me to watch SM Diversity grow to be what it is today. Steve was right. We started this here in Seattle, which is a nonprofit community of diverse tech professionals, where we've been ambassadors for diversity and inclusion for now going on almost 5 years. Before it was actually even something that people really talked about in this area. But it all started from people, myself and my co-founders, we all moved here from different areas. And we felt like Seattle was a tough place to get to meet people, especially when it came to people of color. We all were professionals working in Seattle. And then I myself personally had experiences of going into companies on client meetings and things and not seeing people like me, not seeing a lot of women of color, I hardly any at all. And then when I was at a tech company, not even women in general. And so for me, being a person that was born and raised in Florida, moved here from Los Angeles, I was at a point where I was kind of tired of it, and I felt like Seattle wasn't a place that welcomed people like myself. If I wanted to actually excel and have a career like we all do, the five in my family, I was thinking about leaving Seattle. And as things were, I met a gentleman, Seth Stell, at SICK in 2013, which would change my life because I literally was looking every day for jobs in other places back to LA. And when I met him, if you remember those times, it was the narrative around tech was all about geek this, geek that, which doesn't appeal to people of color, it doesn't appeal to women. And so we found ourselves at SICK at another geek-focused event, and we decided to do something different. We left, and we started talking about that night what would be here in Seattle. At the time, we didn't know a lot of African-American professionals, a lot of minority professionals. We didn't know a ton, but we all knew a few. And so Steve was one of the first people, literally, that came to our thing, and Steve was great. Immediately, he understood exactly what we were trying to do, accomplish. And we started out as a group just looking out for each other, like, hey, we want to build a community so that as we excel, we can help each other excel. And so that's what it all started from. And as we've grown, we've done a lot more than that. So today, here in Seattle is close to 2,500 strong. We have multiple events every month centered around bringing community together. So when I talked earlier about getting out of your biases and getting into a space where there are diverse people and people for you to kind of associate with and build some friendships and community with, that's what we built here in Seattle. And so we started out with community, and then we started talking with corporate companies, and so we do corporate mixers. We're ambassadors for diversity and inclusion, so people reach out to us when they need diverse speakers or to promote events and things like that, when you want people of color there, women there. And then we started doing more professional development events. And so our biggest mission is truly just to be able to continue to advance this conversation of diversity. We are at a point where we are ready for it to start kind of going over to people of color, to be honest. So that's our mission. We really want to make lanes for people who look like all of us in this room. And we want to make sure that anybody who moves here from another area have a place where they can go and feel comfortable and get kind of acclimated in the city, which we all know can be tough at times. So we have multiple events. We're HereSeattle.com. That's HERE. We are here. It's our hashtag. And I invite all you guys to come down to an event. We are going to be doing one in Bellevue in June with Microsoft, so be looking out for that. But I think it's definitely a community that is very welcoming. You can ask a lot of people here who've come to our events. We do our best to try to welcome you. So thank you, Steve, for this opportunity.
Thank you.
I'm proud of you, man. Literally, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, E. And on behalf of Hack Diversity and ESSA Diversity, we all here would like to donate a $500 check to Here Seattle. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, this is it, man.